cool. So we're going to shift gears just a little bit. Hopefully you found the panel sort of talking about the program formative, gave you some ideas. Hopefully just a little bit of our discussion, right? Give you a sense of our culture and how we operate, how we support you all, right? Getting how things are at the Schwartz Center. Schwartz Center is different. It's a different place than just about anywhere else you're going to see on campus. Okay. And it's important that you keep that in mind, right? We have very few requirements other than you're active, you need work, right? You're committed. We want you to work with us. We want to help you to bring your ideas to light, okay? And beyond the programs and beyond the staff, we have clubs that are run by your peers and colleagues, right? Each having their own area of specialty, each having real programs and opportunities for you. And so the goal for the next half hour is to allow each of the clubs to give a little commercial, tell you about what they're doing, answer a couple of questions. We're going to do this differently than the last panel because we're going to cycle the clubs back and forth. So they're going to do their thing. You can ask a couple of questions and we'll bring the next club up. I think we have 5 clubs. So we're going to do 5-6 minutes for each one. Okay. So going to turn it over to you.
Everyone, we're the Undergraduate Entrepreneurship Association, and both of us are board members. So we do a lot of events for undergrads that are entrepreneurship related, including talks and a venture capital competition later in the year. So our mission is to promote the entrepreneurial spirit at CMU through all of our events, which do business development, networking with other entrepreneurs, and then obviously our competition. And we're a community of 400 plus pretty large Slack with a lot of channels and alumni for each other's missions for entrepreneurship.
Yeah, so our 3 main initiatives are we have events, we have competitions, and we have our Founders Bootcamp, which is a new program that we are starting. So first, for our events, we have 2 events per month. The first category is a GBM, a general body meeting, where we're going to have a workshop where we teach you about something entrepreneurship related, followed by an activity, a bunch of free food, and then networking opportunities. And the second event that we have every month is going to be a speaker event where you're going to hear from someone in the venture capital community, the startup community, someone who has frankly quite important. We have already filled up our calendar for the semester. We have a lot of very exciting speakers coming. The second thing we do is competitions. So we have our annual Carnegie Mellon Venture Challenge, which is where we invite schools from all across the country to submit their startups to come and compete. We choose the top 10 or 15 teams that apply. They come in person to campus on our demo day and they present their startup. They have the opportunity to win money, AWS credits for all types of platforms, legal services. It's a really good opportunity for undergraduate entrepreneurs to present their idea, get better at presenting their idea for when they're going in front of venture capitalists, as well as connecting with some of the people we have at the event. So this past year, we had Lucy Guo and Vinod Khosla as our keynote speakers. Vinod Khosla, you may have heard of him before. He's the founder of Khosla Ventures. He's a multi-billionaire, one of the most successful venture capitalists in the world who went to CMU. Lucy Guo, she's a very successful starter entrepreneur as well. And then we also had many judges and advisors that were very notable last year. So our judges, they of course judge the competition and determine who gets to our final round, but they also give advice and consult with the finalists to help them develop their presentation before our big demo day. And then finally, we have our Founders Bootcamp, which I'll pass back over to Ram to discuss.
Yeah, so the Founders Bootcamp is an initiative that we're this year to help undergrads their startup from ideation to the actual launch and getting feedback within 8 weeks. So this is a program we're doing over this semester, and the application link is at the QR code. And if you miss it for later, it's just a tiny URL / Founders CMU. And what we want to help you do here is first ideate, get maybe a co-founder, and then teach you all the steps, including customer discovery, to actually achieve like something that you can show at the end of 8 weeks. And our curriculum is mostly modeled after Y Combinator's startup school curriculum, and Y Combinator is one of the premier startup accelerators.
Cool. And then we also have applications open for our executive board. So if you find any of these events really cool, you want to help be a part of it, we have applications open in 3 departments for right now. We have marketing, event planning, and then our website and newsletter maintenance. So if you're interested in helping the Undergraduate Entrepreneurship Association in any of these roles, you can scan this QR code. Applications close in 11 days. And that's to join our board if you're interested in that. And then finally, just to become a general member, we can go and do that right now if you're interested. It's a 3-step process. The 2 on the left side are the most important. So first, join our newsletter. That'll take you to our website, ueacmu.com. And then join our Slack channel. That's where we communicate with members. You learn about our upcoming GBMs, events, things like that. And then also it's important to add us on Tartan Connect. You can do that at any point though. We'll also go over that at our first GBM. So while everyone scans QR codes, anyone have any questions for us?
Anyone?
Any questions at all? Anything?
All right, great.
Yeah.
I want to just say, we'll repeat it.
No, we don't have any requirements for it. We just look for passion and entrepreneurship. For example, I started my first semester freshman year. You don't have to have an excellent record or anything. Entrepreneurship. We just want to see that you're passionate about entrepreneurship and want to help carry out our mission at CMU. Yep. Anything else?
Thank you guys.
And we have one last slide. Follow us on Instagram. You can scan that QR code or follow us at cmu.uva. Thank you.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. All right, Scotty Ventures, you're up. You all get to see the progression of the Sports Center t-shirt history, right? Red, gray, yellow, we've got green. So you're going to see different colors of the Sports Center shirt depending on the year all over campus.
So hi everyone, I'm Saket.
Hi, I'm Pratyay.
I'm a DT.
I'm Shivam.
And we're here on behalf of Scotty Ventures, which is CMU's venture capital club. So how many of you have heard of venture capital or have been interested in entrepreneurship in the past? So if that's the case, then Scotty Ventures is something for you. So basically what venture capital is the primary stage of funding for companies that are just starting off or who are trying to scale rapidly. And we are trying to do at Scotty Ventures is our mission is to try to introduce everyone to the world of venture capitals, both from the perspective of people who want to break into the industry, but also from the perspective of founders to have an idea of the other side when they go to raise funding in the future. So our semester or year is broken up into 2 phases at Scotty Ventures. In the first semester, we really try to educate you guys. This is something that's open to everyone, even if you don't apply, just anyone who wants to come, even if you're not a member, about the basics of venture capital and how you can go about evaluating companies and how you will be evaluated as a company in the future if you do decide to start something anytime in the future. And we try to make this as hands-on as possible. Competitions and practice negotiations and places where you to really put the skills into action. And then in the second real world, with an internship program with one of our partner VC firms during the spring semester. And also you might have the opportunity to represent CMU at the collegiate VC venture capital competition. So we provide benefits for 3 main ways to our members. For networking, we try to connect you to people in the industry so you have a launching off point regardless of what you want to do. We try to bring you real life practical VC experience from our internships and from our internal competitions, which Aditi will go more into. And we also try to help your professional development by helping you all with resumes, giving you an idea of how to break into the industry. And once again, guidance from seniors.
All right. And then the most exciting part of being part of Scotty Ventures is that you also get to take part in our venture capital investment competition. This is the world's largest venture capital competition where we have over 120 universities and grad school teams compete. And this is the only chance where you as a student get to pretend to be a venture capitalist for the day and interview real founders of startups in the area of those competitions and see what goes in really making a term sheet for a founder, seeing what happens when you're researching diligence or doing just basic executive summaries for a company. So you not only do get to network with other students from other colleges, you also get a little time at the end of the competition to talk to the founders of the startup themselves. So last year, our team competed in Connecticut, and this year we will be competing at Dartmouth University for our VCIC competition. The next part is internships. As a Scotty Ventures member, you will gain access to have a mandatory mentoring internship for your spring semester, and we pair you with one of our 7 to 8 partner VC firms. You can also have an option to continue this internship in the fall semester itself. And normally these internships have about 4 to 5 hours of commitment every single week, and you really focus on working with those VC firms in an entry-level role and learning the basics of venture capital. This is through due diligence, learning sourcing for any industries and verticals that they're trying to expand into, any sort of marketing materials for LP or GP investors that they would like to invest into, and also designing fund strategies. So I'm going to pass it off to Shivam, and he's going to talk about his own experience at his past internship.
Hi, everyone. So actually I had my internship last semester in the spring, and it was honestly a great experience. I was partnered with the VC firm called Blue Tree VC, which is a VC firm based out of Pittsburgh. And every week we would have a due diligence meeting. I was able to provide my research on a startup that was assigned to me. And actually I was able to get direct feedback from the investors at the venture capital firm. I was able to see how they actually viewed companies, how our research would go into the fund process. And it was really just great exposure.
Yeah. So I'll just quickly run through how you can get involved. We have a mailing list that's open to everyone you, and we'll do emails regarding our events semester, and from a timeline 5:30, where we'll go into this in more depth. This one, if you're interested, explain the process. You can use either of these email addresses if you have any questions, and yeah, you scan this for the Scotty Ventures interest form, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you at the info session on Monday. Thank you.
And by the way, the clubs, there's links to the clubs on the Source Center website.
Yeah.
So, you know, unfortunately, we're going to be on it. If you have any questions for Scotty folks, maybe we'll do it on the transition over to the talk. Okay. I want to make sure that every group has the time that they need. Let's get the product folks up.
Hey everyone, I'm Catherine,
Hello, I'm Kinshuk.
and we're here to talk about Product CMU. So Product CMU is actually a really new club. We had our first event March this year, and we're really a rapidly growing community of more than 400 students and alumni from different academic disciplines, which is like 16 of them interested in building products. So there are actually a lot of similarities between product and entrepreneurship. And as you may or may not know, a lot of entrepreneurs actually come from a product management background. So if you're interested in becoming entrepreneurs, if you're interested in building products, so definitely consider Product CMU as one of your interesting club. So to help us students with achieving those goals, we do that through our 3 pillars of initiatives, which is for the professional development, community, and content. For professional development, we have a lot of events on campus, which is our speaker series and workshops. For speaker series, we bring speakers from all over the industry, alumni, speakers in PMs to help us our students and talk about their product experiences. Last semester, we brought JJ Dai, who is a product influencer and also a APM at Ellington. She came in and talked about her product experiences and help us with learning about product strategies. And for workshops, we also have stuff to teach you about how to learn products, how to do mock interviews in product management. And this semester, we're going to have things about resume building and also networking events. On top of that, we also have our flagship event, which is mentorship. For mentorship, we're really trying to pair experienced PMs in the industry with our current students and give them one-on-one coaching and one-on-one mentorship experiences. For last semester, we brought 25 PMs all over the industry, from bigger companies like Microsoft, Adobe, to small VCs or small startups, and they all gave us really great experiences. So if you're interested in connecting with our alumni, connecting with our mentors, stay tuned, and our applications will be open really soon. On top of that, we're really trying to build a community that is beyond professional experiences and build a product community. We have socials, events, not only in Pittsburgh, but also in cities like SF, New York, Bay Area, Seattle. And then when our students join their cities for like internships or when they graduate, we really want to give you those connections with the people there, with the alumni there, and connect you with those people to form a community. So stay tuned for those social events as well. We'll be having a lot of them this semester in Pittsburgh. And then I'll pass it to Kingshik to talk about our content unit.
So we run a content division, and we have a podcast and a newsletter. We try to cover everything from 0 to 1 and 1 to 100 entrepreneurship companies. So you can find people from early stage companies as well as later stage companies. And same goes for a newsletter. Just by a show of hands, how many people listen to podcasts here? Quite good. And how many of you read some of the other newsletter on a daily or weekly basis? Great. You should definitely subscribe to our content channels. They're super informative, super casual, very fun to listen to. This is, you can scan our QR code, follow us on Instagram. Our QR code has everything, our Slack, newsletter, podcast, LinkedIn, and also the events that we host. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. And is there one more? Do we have one more club after this? Yeah. All right, we should be just on time. There you go.
So hello guys, welcome to the organization intro of the CMU Summit on US-China Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So as you can tell from the name, we are a two-sided platform that encourages the US and Chinese entrepreneurs, enterprises, investors, and academia to communicate and collaborate in different fields. We're founded in 2012 and we're affiliated to Schwartz Center of Entrepreneurship. So about the summit, this is our signature event that's held annually. So we will invite multiple high-profile speakers across the industry, venture capitals, as well as the academia to give us keynote speeches, panel discussions, and lecture series. So some of the panels we have include smart commuting, biotech, robotics, online tech education, VR, and AR. So we also have extensive connections to companies and venture capital funds and incubators, as well as other university organizations. So as for those companies, we focus more on the professional side of the story. So we can have referrals for internships, as well as full-times for Baidu, Tencent, ByteDance, Intel, etc. We also have connections to the top-tier venture capital funds like Sequoia, Gen Fund, IDG, and SoftBank, as you may know from before. We also have connections with the other university organizations regarding entrepreneurship, like Berkeley ACE, MIT CEO, and so on. So one of the more important aspects of our organization is that we truly cooperate with those venture capital firms to facilitate founders and potential founders here at CMU. So if you have a startup idea or you already have a product that is running, we highly encourage you to connect with us because we have some cooperation with those venture funds who are really into deal sourcing and connecting with the founders here at CMU. So they're really excited to give mentorship and probably get you guys funded. So we help as the bridge for you as well as those venture capitals. So by far, we have connection to almost all of the venture capital funds at China, and we're also expanding our connections here at the US. Other activities, we have CMU Pioneer Talks, co-hosted with the CMU China Alumni Network. So these are probably some close-knit discussions with the alumni. We also will be holding the Technology Summit on Innovation and Entrepreneurship this in the upcoming spring, co-hosted with the SJTU. We also have CMU Global Opportunities Fair, which will be co-hosted with the CPDC here at CMU. So it's more like a career fair that allows you to connect to multiple international cooperations. And we also have a Hacker Startup competition, which will be co-hosted with UEA and GEC, which is mentioned above. So these are some of our activities. About resources, so we have connection to top-tier Chinese VCs, probably get you mentorships and get invested. We also have referrals to intern or full-time jobs at tech companies and VCs. So if you are a freshman or you don't know which career path you want to go into, definitely reach out to us. We have plenty of resources on those. We also have a CMU entrepreneurship community. So if you just have an idea, you want to explore more on that, you want to find someone to discuss, we are the place. We also have networkings with our alumni and lots of industry leaders. So, but by all means, it's really good to just have fun with a bunch of people with innovative ideas and all that. So keep in touch with us if you're interested in. You can scan the left code, which is on the Tartan Connects. Join our newsletter on that. And if you have a WeChat account by any chance, you can scan the right QR code, which is our official account. And that should end our introduction. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. No slides? All right.
Hi, everybody. My name is Harvin Park. I'm one of your 2025 Swartz Innovation Scholars, and I'm here to talk to you today about a new co-ed entrepreneurship fraternity I'm starting, Sigma Eta Pi. So to give you a little backstory on where I'm coming from and set the scene, essentially, I've met a ton of people here on campus who are intelligent, talented, and they've always told me that their end game is to start their own company or work at a startup, but they've had trouble meeting other people who are interested in the same thing, and or they just don't know where to get started. I've also had that same struggle where I want to find like-minded people who are interested in entrepreneurship, but I started talking to some of my friends at Penn and Wharton, and they started telling me about Sigma Eta Pi, and it sounded amazing. There were people who wanted to do all sorts of things from diverse backgrounds. They wanted to be a Spotify musician and increase their monthly listeners. They wanted to open a restaurant one day, or they had an idea they were really passionate about, and they were trying to find seed funding. For all these cases, they knew that if they wanted to find their next co-founder or find a mentorship, they had Sigma Eta Pi as a community to find that. That sounds amazing, and it could be here too. I've been spending this entire summer outside of my internship talking to people at other schools. I've got sources, rush schedules, process education from Stanford, from UMich, from Northwestern, and I have really close friends over at Penn who are waiting for the day that we get members so we can schedule some socials with them just a bus ride away. I'm going to put an Instagram up there, but I'm looking for anybody. If you're an interested spectator, if you're a future Rushie or someone who wants to start this thing with me, love to chat, say hi, and shoot us a follow over on the Instagram that I'm going to put up.
I'm actually surprised that we don't have that here already, so cool. Okay, so we've got our speaker in about 5-10 minutes, so we're going to break here.